Alright, let's go over your list.
Okay.
What is this? Engineer?
Engineer, proxied as Haqq Islam, JSEC.
They're the traitor ones.
Yeah.
They're coming after them first. Yes!
Raiden with heavy rocket launcher, the fire one.
Woo! Okay.
That is the Kempeitai, the Kempei with chain of command.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Oh, I forgot this robot. The robot.
But
Karakuri.
I got one thing to deploy after that.
With the Mark 12.
Ooh, nice. Okay. And then
My Link team, forward observer, and missile launcher.
okay,
Doctor with her little robot,
it was prone.
and my camo ninjas.
Yes.
With special character ninja.
Also, I have a impersonator, which I'm going to use this. So I'm going to make the roll live here. Where's my dice? I'm going to try and go for this. Alright. Willpower 15. Can he make it? Yes! He is in.
I'm gonna draw where my freaking ninja.
Okay, he's over here. He's like, don't do that.
Dang.
And okay, so you need me to turn around, right? For the
No, I took a picture and I'm gonna draw on the picture where my ninjas
okay.
are.
I'll go over my list right here. Bikes, chain rifle, rifle, double flamethrowers, chain rifle, Panzerfaust on that one. Shotgun. I got engineer. Gulam Doctor, Gulam Forward Observer. We have a Jam Zan, sniper rifle, Gulam HMG, regular Gulam, Janissary Doc, and oh, where's my camo marker? There's a camo marker there, who's prone, and then an impersonator back here. So mission is safe space, which is dominating quadrants, and you get special bonus points if your specialist is touching a console. Alright? And oh, I get to decide turn. I get to decide turn, huh? I think I'm going first.
Alright.
What's up, guys? Heretic you here with an Infinity Bat Rep, and this time we're playing full-on ITS, 300 points aside. My Haqq Islam versus Kevin's JSA, and we're busting out the classifieds, and we're playing a mission called Safe Space. Did I say safe space? I meant safe area. Safe space is some kind of weird social justice concept. I don't know. It's late while I'm recording this, so I'm gonna have to keep my voice down, and yeah, I might not make all of the sense. Let's take a look at the mission here at any rate. So basically, the middle of the table is divided up into 4 equal quarters, and there's a console in each quarter. Basically what you got to do is have more points in a quadrant, and you are considered dominating that quadrant. Now if you get a specialist touching the console, you score a bonus point, and whoever controls the most quadrants at the end of the game is going to score 5 points. And on top of that, there is we are allowed 1 classified objective, and funny enough, we rolled the exact same classified, which is the I believe it's called test drug or inoculation. Hang on, let me check this out for a second. Experimental drug, that's what it's called. Experimental drug. Anywho, I lose the lieutenant role, so I had to set up first, and then I opt to go first. I think this was, looking back, probably a tactical mistake. I think I would rather let my opponent go first and kind of expose his moves. But well, we'll see how it works out. So there's my bikes, and we're starting off with the impetuous phase. And what I didn't realize is that in that far corner, you can actually draw a line of fire diagonally across the table. It was kind of crazy. Something that I missed when I was looking at deployment, and that's going to cost me, because that's a link team, full-on link team with a rocket launcher, so that's going to be tough to beat. In fact, I deployed away from them because I feared that rocket team so much. Idea was to get my bikes to go down sort of one side of the table and kind of take out the smaller group, and then I have a Jamzan with a sniper rifle and an HMG on the other side to try to take out that link team. Unfortunately, that Coom biker you just saw there got hit with a rocket launcher, and he did not survive. So we're going to try again with one of the Coom enforcers, who actually beats the roll and throws a smoke grenade. So we got some cover going down there, and her sister, who's actually in cover, or they can't draw a line of fire to her. And I have another Coom biker move out, and I believe there's an arrow from across the table, but he is going to be okay. Okay, so moving on, I've got my last Coom biker there. I apologize for the shaky camera work, but I don't know, it's so many terrain pieces on the board. It's hard to get the tripod to move around the table like I like to. Anyways, that was the Coom chieftain, who survives. They couldn't draw a line of fire to him, and now I'm spending orders on my impersonator, which is my Fade, who made his impersonation roll and was allowed to deploy in my opponent's deployment. And so I see a nice line here, and I want to provide some cover for my bikes. So what I do is, well, let's see, Kevin makes one discovery roll. So I go down to impersonation level 1. Doesn't matter anyways, I'm going to go ahead and reveal myself. Because it's a golden opportunity right here. They're all lined up perfectly, and I just wanted to show off the power of the boarding shotgun. So I declare a shoots order. If I was smarter, I would have picked a different angle, though. That way I would have been behind them. Unfortunately, they're going to get to shoot back at me, and that's okay. The first order is going to take out a couple of guys. Kevin, this game, he really made up most of his armor saves. Kind of ridiculous. And so I had to spend another order to do that, to fire again. And he's going to get a lucky pistol shot. It's going to hit my Fade right between the eyes and actually take her down. So kind of a strange trade-off. I was thinking of taking a couple shots and then hiding behind that building and re-impersonating. Unfortunately, that is not going to happen because she is unconscious. So now, moving on, I'm thinking about using my irregular orders to get my bikes closer up the field. Unfortunately, with the Fade kind of failing in her side mission, I decide to spend some orders on my other team, and I activate the HMG. and this was like classic fail here. I try to light up that Link team with the missile launcher. Problem being is that they've got a missile launcher arrow, among other things, on that side of the table. So I'm betting my 4 shots versus his, couple of shots. I should win this, and unfortunately, that is not the case. The missile launcher is going to win. I think out of my 4 rolls, I divided my shots up against the entire team because I really wanted to break the Link. And what ended up happening is I think I only won 1 face-to-face roll. As you see, I am showing off my incredibly high dice rolls. Like, I can't believe what's actually happening here. Thought it was a pretty good move, and now I'm going to be suffering for that as we kind of work out all the different face-to-face rolls. And my guy's going to have to take several saves. As you see, the explosion's actually going to hit the Jambzan as well. So this is kind of a bad start. As you see, down goes the HMG. Little sad face. And then he fails another save, so he's dead. So even my doctor, who's hiding behind the building, is not going to be able to help out there. The Jambazan, however, I think is going to make most of his armor saves. He's going to fail 1 and go unconscious, but at least I'll have the regenerate as I move the shad face down the line. That sucks because I was hoping to back up my shot with the Jambazan. Unfortunately, they were so close together, I didn't even realize how close they were when I set them up. As I start burning irregular orders now on the bikes, because I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna have to now sort of support that side of the field. It's getting kind of skinny there, and I believe there is an arrow. Yes. So Kevin reveals one of his camo markers is a sniper on top of two cargo crates there, and he's going to actually he's going to hit my Coom biker with rifle, so that's not good. And then we have another irregular order spent moving out one of the Coom enforcers, going against the sniper as well. This time I'm trying to smoke dodge, and unfortunately for her, there's the smoke dodge template. Oh, she actually makes it. So good news for her, and I decide to move the chieftain to back up the Coom biker. So basically, my plan is to get that Panzerfaust that's on the chieftain to back up, and now that I'm down in HMG, I want that Panzerfaust to take on the Ling team, because they're just too damn good. They're really causing problems for me on my side of the table as I throw out a Nimbus grenade with my Janissary. So he's going to try to position himself up the table so that I can score in the later rounds. I figure I just gotta survive this initial barrage of arrows, which I do for the most part. He takes a wound though, and but he's going to be in a nice spot when all is said and done. I should mention that the Janissary is a dock Janissary, so I wanted him close to the console. That's that little blue marker right there, so hopefully he can score at the end. Kind of banking on the Nimbus grenade and the high armor saving him, which for the most part worked. I mean, he's down to 1 wound, but it's not so bad. now I move my doctor up. This is a move I'm eventually going to take back because I'm like, no, he's got regenerate, so I'm not going to try and medkit the Jambazan. I'm actually going to medkit the biker, the Coon biker with rifle, and it actually works. So hooray for Akbar doctors. They've really studied up on their medicine over there in Baruch. Okay, starting with JSA's opening turn, they're going to start by moving that Trader Haqq doc. For those of you who know your infinity ranges, that's a Haqq doc. She's prone, so she's crawling over to the downed missile launcher, and she is going to actually successfully revive him. So both of us score points on that extent. So we both got our classified there. Bonus for him, he gets a missile launcher back. I get a Coon biker, but you know, the missile launcher's much better trade there. Much better. I'm trying to think of what actually did end up winning that missile launcher. I think it was I think I crit. Yeah, that's right. I critted with the Coon biker on rifle. Not really a good. I don't know. The Coon biker with chain rifle is good at 10 points. Nice and cheap model, and you can, you know, if you get them up close, you can do lots of damage. But the Coon biker with rifle is just so expensive. Anyways, moving on. You saw him use in order to move up the big link team, and they're going to do some hunting with some missile launching, basically taking out one of the bikes. I'm going to try and a smoke dodge. As you can see over there, it's kind of at the top right corner. It's one of the yellow Coom Enforcer bike is going to try to lay down smoke, and actually does. So I remember this because she took several volleys from that missile launcher, and then she finally went down to it. So that was a bit of crazy. Sorry about that camera shifting stuff. I'm just trying to find good spots on the table to kind of show the action, as the link team is going to get aggressive here and get into a better position. So they start moving out. Unfortunately, no errors on my side of the table because the HMG and Jambazan sniper are down. And just going over just some thoughts on my list. I think I spent way too much on bikes. I love the bikes, but just not enough firepower. As we move on to my turn, so here we are in the impetuous phase. Yay! And so we got a little face-to-face roll. I'm trying to get my rifle to take out the link team. Why not? So he has to move towards them anyways, and I figure I can divide my shots up, maybe break the team up, and it's just not gonna work out. I think I end up taking out one of the guys. So divide 3 shots up, and I think I hit once, but they nail me a bunch of times, and so that biker's dead. So here we are to the Coom Chieftain, who's going to do the same thing, but at least he's got a Panzerfaust, so a little bit more dangerous to that link team, as they declare their arrow shoots, and then I go Panzerfaust on the missile launcher because I want him dead, and it's going to work. So the Chieftain is going to score with the Panzerfaust. Panzerfaust versus missile launcher. Only in Infinity, I guess. And I think it's going to actually break up the link team, because I think they were down between the rifle shot and the Panzerfaust shot. They're actually down. I think Chris, I activate my Jamzan next, and he makes his regen roll, and he is going to pick apart that team. So eventually, that Link team will be broken. I think it's the Jamzan that ends up doing it, and like a boss, because I mean MSV2 and the just having shock on the sniper weapon, I mean they're not coming back, so it kind of nullifies his doctor. So really happy about the Jamzan. For me, is just my must-take model. Ever since I started using him, he's always performed very well, and I think the games where he's out of position and he doesn't perform well, I'm like really down here. But we're gonna have like several exchanges of fire, and finally the Jamzan is gonna go down to an arrow. But he did it. He was able to take out a couple guys and break up that Link team, which is muy importante. As we take a look at my doctor there, I don't know if you noticed that went by a little quick, but that was the doctor failing her. Well, she made the medkit shot, but then the Coup Enforcer failed the PH roll. Now I'm going to use an irregular order and go Panzerfaust again and really put on the pressure here, because I need, with me having first turn, I'm going to have to eliminate as many of Kevin's threats as possible, so that on my last turn I can move freely and score a couple objectives, because I do have a hacker that's camoed that hasn't been moving around, and an engineer, and then I have my doctor there, so I'm hoping to get at least 2 consoles. So the plan was like basically on my second turn, do as much damage as possible and cover my basic advance. That was the plan. And now we are on to JSA's turn, and they're going to reveal their hidden deployment. He's been moving throughout the table, throughout the game, I should say, and he has snuck up and targeted my forward observer. Forward observer did make the turnaround roll, but hand-to-hand combat, he just annihilates her, and yeah. All I had is a pistol at that point and couldn't really do much, which is bad news, because now he's in my backfield. I've got to do something against him, as he then takes out the Doctor. So I'm down 2 specialists, and just to insult me, I guess, he is going to coup de grace. No, actually, it's actually a good move. He's going to coup de grace the Jamzan, because you know, why have him regenerate when you can just stick a knife in his skull and end it that way. So that's bad news. Now you can see my Janissary had arrows on him, but man, my arrow rolls were just so bad. As we get a second ninja appears, it's almost like Pokemon. Just walk around and all of a sudden monsters appear. You know, a wild ninja appears. He uses throwing star. It's super effective. Actually, that was Combi Rifle. Combi Rifle, the Coom Chieftain. I hit him. I was able to hit him with a chain rifle, but Kevin was just laughing off my armor saves as I reveal my hollow projector. That's actually my lieutenant with Spitfire. He's gonna pop around the corner and take shots on my third. This is my third and last turn to get anything done. gotta eliminate some ninjas so I can just move and touch consoles with that doctor. Really need that to happen, and it didn't. Again, he's just laughing off my... Yeah, I would hit him, okay, but yeah, he was able to make armor saves. So now I've got to run out with my Narun engineer. I don't really have good enough cover fire for him. He's just gonna run out, and basically what happens is he gets downed by arrows as I try to touch the console. So fine, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna reveal my hacker. Times are getting desperate now. So we've got a shotgun to the ninja's face. So eventually the hacker is going to take down that ninja. I don't know if it's this turn, probably not. Spoiler alert, that's going to happen as we go back to my engineer, who's now touching the objective, but he's got to survive out there. So yeah, I think he gets downed right about now. Pretty sure. Yep, there's that oh so familiar smiley face. As I don't know, I'm just going over my list for some reason. You guys could stop the camera and see what I actually took for weapons option as we go to Kevin's turn 3 GSA. In pretty good shape here. I mean, he's done a lot of damage to me. I've lost a lot of units. A lot of blood has been spilled by GSA. Now he's, without anybody covering, I don't really have a lot of arrows, so he's just running out and touching objectives. It's kind of what I was planning on doing, except that he could actually kill the stuff that he shot at. Whereas in my case, I would hit him, but he would make his armor saves. Not that I'm blaming dice, but goddamn, you should have seen the amount of armor saves this mofo had. It was pretty insane. Anyways, so he's pretty much got victory secured there with what he did and what I wasn't able to do. But he wants to add insult to injury here. And he is, what we're doing is kind of discussing whether or not he's going to move his ninja. And I'm declaring shoot arrows at him. And this is the part where the ninja is going to go down. He's going to go down to shotgun in the face. In the face, man. So one thing went well is I spilled a lot of blood. A lot of blood was spilled, but not a lot of scoring. Unfortunately, I think, well, we'll go over more in depth at the end of this bat rep. It was very informative for me. Really a game where it tested out a lot of the stuff that I had theory hammered, as his other ninja is going to use his combi rifle and take out my lieutenant just to be fun, and then he's gonna take out my hacker and grab the console. So that ninja is just a supreme badass, just avoiding my arrows like crazy. The Janissary got some shots off, but really didn't do anything because, yeah. So at the end of the day, JSA takes it pretty one-sided battle, 9-2 when all was said and done. Looking back, I still, one of the reasons I decided to publish this bat rep was that it was an entertaining game. Kevin's an awesome opponent. The other thing is, that I learned a lot. So going over my list, I only spent 2.5 on special weapons. You're allowed up to 6 at 300 points, and basically what that means is I just didn't have enough firepower to deal with Kevin's GSA, whereas on the GSA side they had maxed out with 6 points, and that you saw how effective that fire team was, just in the not only in the number of models that it actually took down, but just how much attention I had to, how many orders I had to spend taking it down. So in hindsight, I thought, well, should I have deployed the Fade there and made that target number 1? And to be honest, I would say yes. I think that would have been the better move. I don't know if the results would have been better, but they were a nice big bunch, so I could have, I think, done more damage with the Fade on that side of the field. But on the other side, they had that traitor Haqq, I think, the engineer. I just wanted to kill he's basically proxying models with his Haqq, and I was like, okay, those guys had to go first. And it was a stupid move, but I did learn, yes, Fade should go after whatever the biggest threat on the table is, because that Fade might not live, but at least take it out, right? Take out your biggest threat with a boarding shotgun. Tournament's coming up in this Saturday, and so I'm going to tweak the list a lot. Probably only going to go with 2 bikers. I'll go with one with the chain rifle, and I do like the Coom Chieftain with the Panzerfaust. I think that gives me at least some, viable, like if it's a high target like a tag or something like that, I can send him out there and try to, snipe it out. But I do think I'm going to need some more weapons to kind of balance out my objective runners. They just need better. They need better support. So I'll be kind of going over my list and my models to see what I have as far as hard-hitting weapons. I don't have much, but I think I can do better. I think that was part of the issue, and just misuse of the Fade. Also, I think I could have been more aggressive with the bikes. They didn't really, with the exception of the Coom Chieftain, none of them really did anything. So, anyways, I hope that was, for me, it was a very, it taught me a lot about my own list and what I need to improve on. And I hope you guys enjoyed the battle report. So, anyways, I'll see you on the next one.